Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to set up the DJI Matrice. It comes in 3 parts. The big one is the drone itself, because it's a big drone. The medium one is the battery pack. It's pretty heavy, be careful when you handle it. And the small one is the camera attachment. In this case, I'm also going to show you how to attach the LiDAR. Alright, here it is. We're going to start with the drone. So first you want to get it, take it down, lay it flat like this. I'm going to try to angle it towards you guys so you can see the contents as I open it. You go around and you open up the sides. Pretty straightforward so far. Grab this and you open it up. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see it really well, but there's a lot of stuff going on. So step 1 is you want to not handle the drone itself. You want to reach over and grab this little styrofoam thing. It's on this side of the case. You grab it, you put it down just on the floor in front of you. So after you put the styrofoam thing down, you pick up the drone. I like to just wrap my hands around it like that. Be careful not to tilt it because the propellers can fall out. It can be a little unwieldy. And the reason why you want to use this little styrofoam thing is because there's a camera attachment right here. And so if you put it down flat, it might scratch it, it might break it. So this is so you can put it right here and protect it. So now you can put it down on the ground. Also, while you're handling this, be careful not to bend the propellers. Be careful not to smudge your hands all over the camera equipment and the sensors, so we can keep it just in tip-top shape. And next step is you want to look inside the case and pull out the legs. Alright, so I brought the drone a little closer so you can see what's going on. I'm going to be attaching the legs to the drone, and so either leg can go on either side, but I'm going to be putting them here and here. And so on these little joints there's ribs, and on the legs there's where are they? I've had the collars over it, so make sure the collar's sort of off the edge like that. There's ribs on this side too, and so you put the ribs away from each other. So this is the ribs towards each other. Don't want that. You want the ribs away from each other. You stick it straight in, not straight down because it will twist the whole drone, but like straight into the hole. And once it's in, there's a red mark right here that'll align when it's in. And then once it's in, you bring the collar down and you twist it. Twist it righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. That one's in. And so I'll do the same thing with the other side. I put the ribs away from each other. Stick it straight in, not straight down. And once it's nice and in, I bring the collar down. Then I twist it righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, until the red marks are aligned. The legs are in. Alright, so after the legs are in, you want to carefully flip it over. Like that. Nice. And you can get the styrofoam that was used to protect the drone. You can just put it back to where it was. And this is where it gets a little tricky. So first, you can see that the propellers are actually held with this little styrofoam thing, and it's pretty useful in keeping it together. As you can see, there's a circle side of the propellers, and then there's the propellers, whoops, with the bars right here. See, this is like sort of straight up and down, and this is the circle side. And so first you flip the circle side out, then you get the bar side and you pull it across. And then at the same time, sort of, you pull the circle side around. 1, 2, make sure you pull them all the way. Then you can take off these propellers, and you can take off this foam guard. And you can just sort of toss it into the case. And then make sure it's locked in place by getting these sleeves, pushing them all the way in until you can't see the red anymore. And you twist it. There you go. Boom, to the other side. So you flip off the top, the circle side, and you pull the bar side across. Sort of at the same time. Once they're all the way in, you can take off these propellers, take this off, toss it into the case, pull the sleeves across, tighten it, pull the sleeves across, tighten it. There's a little white line that should line up when it's fully tightened. Alright, when you're at this stage, you want to make sure that the foam thing and the 2 foam guards are all 3 of them are in the case, because at this point you can close it up and put it to the side. I'm going to show you how to install the batteries. Alright, so I've turned the drone around so you can sort of see where the batteries are going to go. And here's the battery case. So first things first, you got to open it up. And so the Matrice takes 2 batteries at a time, 2 big batteries at a time actually. And they're all labeled from like A1, A2, B1, B2, all the way to D1 and D2, you know. And so you want to make sure that you're using both A's at a time. You don't want to be using A1 and B1 or A1 and B2 or whatever. You want to make sure that they're the same letter. So in this case, I'm going to grab A1 and D2. And so this battery connection goes on the inside. So you put it right here, slide it in. Same thing with the other one. Towards the back and on the inside. Put it in there. Slide it all the way in, and then to lock them in place, this little plastic piece, you twist it. Alright, so at this point, the drone is about good enough to fly. But you do want to put a camera attachment, or in this case, we're going to be putting on the LiDAR attachment, which is the Zenmuse L1. So first things first, you gotta open it up. This is what the LiDAR camera looks like. It's on a gimbal, so it'll twist around kind of freely. It has a case on it, which I'll take it off right now, but don't take it off yet. You want to make sure you absolutely do not touch the mirror on the front, because it will just ruin your data. You know, you want to make sure you don't actually touch anything on the lens. There's a cap right here, so you want to press the side button and twist it like this. Then you want to take the cap off the LiDAR just by twisting it. Put both caps in the LiDAR case so they don't get lost. So you don't want to try putting it at an angle, you want to put it left and right straight across. And then it can be a little tricky. Okay, so once you have it inside, you can see, I'll take a photo of it too, but there's a red dot and a white dot. You want to twist the white dot, so the cap on the bottom, until the 2 red dots are aligned. And that makes it so it's 100% locked in place. Then you get the LiDAR and you pull off carefully, not to smudge it, the lens. With that, you're good to fly. Make sure you put the actual LiDAR lens cap into the LiDAR case so it doesn't get lost. Alright, so you just flew your drone and it's time to put everything away. So first things first, you gotta start with the attachment. So you get your LiDAR cover, put it right back on, make sure not to touch it, the lens, and then you gotta take it off by pressing the button on the side, on this side, and twisting the cap. And remember, when you twist the cap, it's gonna fall right off, so have your hand underneath it, holding it the whole time, or sort of holding this bar is what I like to do. So press the button, and you twist it the other way. See, it comes right off. It's a little heavier than you think, so be sure it doesn't bang on the ground. You go back into your LiDAR case, and you pull out the caps. Like this is the cap for the LiDAR, you put it right back on. You take off the Skyport case, the Skyport cap, you put it away, and you put the LiDAR back in its case, and you can close it up and put it away, and you just sort of do everything in reverse. So you put this cap back on, there we go. Then you take out the batteries. Let me twist the drone around to show you how to do that again. So now that you can see where the batteries are, you twist the center and pull the batteries right out. sometimes they're a little stuck, so you gotta push them out real good. You put the batteries back in the battery case. You can close that up and put it away. You take out the Matrice case again, the big one, lay it flat and open it up. Start off first by grabbing the phone. Start off first by twisting the outside and then folding them in. And so I believe it's, before you fold them in, you gotta actually pull the sleeves out like that. There we go. And do the circle. And then the stick. And you get one of your foams and you put the hole facing inward and you put it on the bottom one or on the stick arm. Put it around the middle. You get the propeller and you put it inside the little slot so it's snug. You push it back and then you make sure to get the other one into the little slot. You might need to adjust it and pull it, but that went in pretty easily. Same thing, twist the sleeves, pull them off or pull them out, and then you twist the circle, you pull in the circle and then the stick side. I like to leave the stick side propeller in and the circle side propeller out, so then when I get the guard and I put the circle side in onto the stick arm, and then you put the propeller into the little slot and you get the other propeller and put it into this little slot. You might need to wiggle the guard a little bit, and there it is, everything's in. Next step, you got to get the foam that you put on top to protect some of the sensors. Put it right on top. Then you get the whole drone and you flip it over carefully and slowly because one of the arms might fly out. You twist off the collar, lefty-loosey, pull it up, and you can pull out the leg. Careful not to put your hands on the sensors. I'm putting my hand in the center. Same thing, lefty-loosey. Twist it until it stops and pull it straight out. You put the legs back in the case where they were. Alright, so you want to pick up the drone. You want to put the foam back in the corner. Remember, when there's no foam on it, you can't put it down on the ground. And then you put the drone inside with the skinny holes with the stick side and the fatter holes with the circle side. You may need to adjust the guard so everything comes in smoothly. And then you're good to go. Close it up and put it back in room 395.